This is a big Marvel movie, and this is what I did at home. My question to you is, have you ever wondered what it takes to recreate one of the most anticipated movies of the year? Spider-Man Brand New Day. Knowing it probably costs like around $275 million, and you can only afford breadcrumbs because 1, you're jobless, and 2, you still live at your parents' house. Well, I guess you didn't, but I did. So I made a little experiment. For the next couple of weeks, I'll be recreating the first 6 shots of the trailer with some additional swinging animations and track exactly how much it cost me to make it happen. Let's see if it's possible to get a blockbuster movie quality at home. And most importantly, for how cheap I can get it done. Where do I start, you may ask? Well, good question. All Spider-Man movies have one thing in common. They are usually situated in New York City. And in our case, Tom Holland is clearly on the top of a building. But unfortunately, I don't have that luxury. But I think I can fix that. I'll be using a 3D environment instead. What does that actually mean? Well, instead of filming it for real, I'll recreate an entire city in a 3D software, which in my case I'll be using a free one called Blender. I'll need to recreate the background for every shot and also make sure that it's usable for the swinging animations. Shouldn't be that hard. Right? So yeah, I've spent what, maybe a day and a half on this, and yeah, I mean, it looks like shit. All in all, this didn't stop me. I went online, downloaded free models on dodgy websites, and imported it in all of the scenes, tweaked everything around, and... okay, not too bad. But for some shots, the 3D models are too low poly. You know, you can kinda tell it's fake, and this is not what we want. So here is the first purchase I made. The City Generator add-on allows me to generate high-quality buildings and streets in a matter of seconds, which is
perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Now, lighting-wise, it's easy. I use the sun, added an AGRI, and combined it together with a sky node, and yeah, the lighting was practically done. But to make it even look more realistic, I added a cube, put some volumetric scatter to it. In English, that just means I added fog. Now that the environment is done, what we need is Spider-Man. Yeah, it doesn't look right. To make it as close as possible to the original footage, we need a CGI body. And in cool terms, it's called floating head. Marvel is quite known for its floating heads. I mean, they have been already using this technique for a couple of years now. But what is it exactly? Well, simple. The body is CGI while the head has been filmed for real. I'll be using that same technique too. And for this, I need a 3D model of Spider-Man. So I could spend months making a character from scratch, and that would not even hold up to the quality of the film, because I'm no character artist. So that's why I decided to download the most accurate Spider-Man model there is on the internet. Don't forget, the final amount of money I spent will be revealed at the end of the challenge. So the model is great, it's rigged, it's textured and everything, but let's do some tweaks to get it even closer to the suit of Brand New Day. Now it's better. As you can see, I can put the character in the 3D environments I created. But there's one issue though, he still has his mask on. For some shots, it's alright for the 3D model to have his mask on, but for some, I need it gone. I thought of doing it easily by just deleting those vertices, but I guess that doesn't work. So instead, I made the mask transparent. And yeah, it works. We have the environment, we got a Spider-Man model, now it's time for animation. If you've seen my previous videos, you know that I do not really like to animate.
Yeah, fuck me.
It takes me like way too much time to do it, but let me tell you, if your animation to be looking good, then yeah. Oh my god, it's the best feeling ever. So let me tell you how it works. Every limb has a control, and I have to keyframe it on a timeline if I want it to move. And yeah, there's around like 30 bones or something.
298 frozen patties later.
This was the longest part of the challenge. I don't want to bore you with the details or something, but if I need to explain it simply, it will be like this. The first part of animations, I had to match move it with the reference footage, while the second part I had total freedom to make swinging animations that I took inspirations from the other Spider-Man films. And on top of that, I had to animate webs, which I always leave it as last. And then afterwards I had to render everything to see if it looks good. Yeah. So after a couple of days of running, I realized some shots were great, and others could use some little extra, which is cloth simulation. So the Spider-Man model already has wrinkles built in, which is great, but if you want to animate it falling from the sky, well, it doesn't really react to wind. So I came up with a little cheat code. Most people would export the model in a different software and simulate the clothes. That would add money to our wallet, and yeah, we don't want that. We want to make it as cheap as possible. Instead of simulating the whole suit, just add a displace modifier, then if you click on it, change it to clouds, there you go. Tweak the settings, then go back to the modifier tab, set the directions to RGB to XYZ, now set the coordinates to object, now add an empty, combine that empty with the modifier, and now that you move that empty, it moves like cloth in the wind. I hope that didn't bore you too much. Now the fun part though. Okay. Because it's time to start filming. As said previously in the video, I only use my head for the final result. So honestly, there's not much performance going on. I mean, yeah, that's basically it. While filming, I realized, should I include a green screen to the wallet? I mean, not everyone has a green screen, you know? Comment down below what you think. But for now, you know, let's just put it in the wallet. Let's just put it in. Let's just... So I just had to film 2 shots, 1 wide and 1 medium shot with my top acting skills. Hopefully it turns out right. And then for the money shot, which is absolute cinema, I didn't use any green screen. I just turned on all the lights and used a flashlight to replicate the light source you see in the reference. Alright, I filmed the 3 shots I had to film. I mean, yeah, it was kinda easy for a professional like me, you know? Now time for compositing. Let me explain to you what compositing is. As you can see, I have the background, I got the Spider-Man animation, and now the real-life footage. What compositing is combining everything together. I'm using After Effects for this, because I've been using it for years now. What I do first is adding all the 3D stuff, make sure everything is color graded nicely, then I'll track the neck of the suit, because this is where my head will be tracked to. So when everything is done, I add the real-life footage, I key out the green screen, and combine the footage through the tracker. With some few adjustments, my head should stick to the Spider-Man suit. Wait, hold on. Probably wondering what I'm talking about. Let me explain. As you see, Tom Holland has his mask on and you know, he's pulling it down. But me, I have my own mask that doesn't look at all like the reference. And we want to make it as high quality as possible. So what am I gonna do?
I don't know.
Alright, after thinking for a bit, I have a plan. I'll track my mask, then in 3D, I'll replicate the mask, keyframe it with key shapes to make it look like I'm pulling it down, and then I'll add this element to the composition. Alright, easy, I can do this. Yeah. Alright, this is the part where everything comes together, which in my opinion is the most fun part. I make some few adjustments here and there, add some smoke, lens flare and everything, and with that, I think it's probably time for the result. If you like already what you saw, go subscribe, comment down below what you want to see me do next. There's some good movies coming out this year that I would like to make a YouTube video about. Alright, without further ado, this is my recreation of Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm really proud of what I've achieved in like 3 weeks or so. So now you're probably wondering how much I spent making this challenge. Well, I only bought 1 green screen, the city generator add-on, and a 3D model of Spider-Man. If we combine everything together, it comes to $144. Honestly, I don't think it's too bad compared to the $275 million. What do you think? Alright, thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Like maybe in 2 months or something.